Very much, Sharia. So what does the Trump tax plan mean to you? Michael Wagner is with the Welch Group, and he joins us here with two strategies for taxpayers, and he has brought his little poster here to show us what we need to do.
That's right. We're actually going to act like it's just like middle school.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us. One thing is, there's a recent poll out that said 80% of Americans thought they were not going to get tax relief through this new tax plan. And actually, we've done look at several different clients across the spectrum, and it's close to 80% are going to get a tax deduction.
So no matter what income,
right,
at least 80% are
about
getting.
About 80% are getting a deduction. And those really come in kind of two forms. One is across the board, they've lowered income tax brackets. For example, the 15% tax bracket is now lowered to 12%. Another one is they're actually doubling the standard deduction. So by doubling the standard deduction, not only are individuals going to get to pay less on taxes, it's also going to simplify their tax return. So they will actually be able to file their tax return by themselves and not have a tax professional to help them.
Now, aren't we coming up on the month that people are going to start seeing that extra money in their paychecks?
Exactly. A lot of the payroll systems are actually just now coming through, so a lot of people are going to see a little bit more income in their paycheck starting now.
Okay, now there were some things that were changed, and you said there's a way to look at that. This is not for this year's taxes, right?
Correct. It's
But
actually for 2018.
For 2018. So let's pick up your poster board here.
So here's the first one is, before we get to the poster board,
Okay.
let's talk about the very first one.
Okay.
The first one is if you're taking the standard deduction, you know, that was doubled. So millions more of individuals are going to be taking the standard deduction now. For people who have to take a required minimum distribution out of their IRA, so if they're 70 and a half, and they're giving money to charity. So take, for example, they were required to take out $10,000 from their IRA this year, and they're giving $10,000 to charity. If they're taking the standard deduction, they're not getting a benefit, a tax benefit for giving to charity, but they're having to take that in income. If there's a loophole in the tax law that allows them to give that money directly to the charity, and it's not included in their income, but they still get the standard deduction. So it's really a win-win, and the charity still gets the same money. And now for the poster board, here's what we're really looking for is, so for individuals who are itemizing their taxes in 2017, so the year that we're currently looking at last year, for example, if you paid $5,000 in property taxes and another $8,000 in income taxes, you got a $13,000 state and local tax deduction.
But that's been capped now.
That's been capped at $10,000.
Okay.
So there's a way to get around this is property taxes, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about. You're still paying the same $5,000. But for the state income tax there's the Alabama Accountability Act, and we've talked about the Alabama Accountability Act, but actually you're able to help low-income kids in failing school systems get a better education by applying for these tax credits. These tax credits actually lower dollar for dollar your state of Alabama income tax. So for $8,000, you can apply for half of that, $4,000, and give that directly to an Alabama Accountability Act.
Okay, but you have to have the money to give, but you're going to get it back. So for folks who don't have any extra income, that is not going to help them, but they may not be capped out at that part, right?
So for what we're doing for a lot of clients is we're having them go to their payroll company or the HR and saying, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this Alabama Accountability Act, so lower what you're withholding from my Alabama taxes, from my paycheck, so I'll get a little bit more income in each paycheck going forward.
Okay. All right, so some changes people are going to be seeing, but the good news is we're going to be seeing a little bit more money in the paychecks coming up the next month or so. All right, a great explanation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you.